All right, I'm going to walk you guys through some basics about how to start writing your mini lesson plan. So let's say you've found an activity and you're like, this is great, I can't wait to do it. So we're going to use ants on a log. So you see, this is just the recipe. So we have to first see, what would we be teaching a child with this? So we can go ahead and call it ants on a log. So we're going to go to our lesson plan template and we're going to title it Ants on a Log. But we don't know what age this is yet. We're going to look and say, would this make sense to do with a large group? Well, we don't know how old these kids are yet, so it'd probably be better to do it with a small group or individual. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight small group. So let's go and see what age we should do it. I'm going to go to milestones first because that's my youngest children and look at health and well-being. So we know we can't do this with babies. Let's see if we can do this with our toddlers. They participate in basic health and safety routines. They communicate health rates. So no, not toddlers. What about our 3 and 4-year-olds? Could we do it? Possibly. But let's look over here and see what, if anything, fits better than some of these. Show awareness of healthy eating habits. That's perfect. So this is going to be what our children are going to learn. So we see 48 months and older. So that's going to be our age group. We're going to go back over here and we're going to say 4 years old. That's our age group. All right, our concepts. We know from the book our concepts is going to be healthy eating. Concepts are simply just words that describes basically what you're teaching. Now, alignment. We used milestones of child development. Our learning domain, and that means what's the overall part of it, is physical, and you can just copy and paste this, physical development and health. We're going to just copy and paste that right over. And then we also have the part of physical domain is health and well-being. So we're going to copy that right back over. All right. Now, our page number, we're going to go back and look and see what page number that was on. It was on 43. And then we're going to write out the complete standard. So for you, it's easy. All you're going to do is copy and paste that complete standard. So we're going to go back there, and our standard that we are teaching our children is show awareness of eating habits, of healthy eating habits. So we are just going to copy, come on, copy that right there and pop it in down here. So this is not plagiarizing because you're going to cite this at the end. And then you're going to notice that these are all kind of different looking, so you're going to go back and make sure they all look the same. There we go. All right, so our learning objective. Now we're going to write the learning objective. The child will, that's how you're going to start it, and then you're going to just put this in. This is what you're teaching them. The child will show awareness of healthy eating habits. Now that's what they're going to do, but you also have to show how they're going to do it. So in our case, it's going to be when they create and eat a healthy snack, ants on a log. So what you are wanting to put in here for your learning objective is 2 things. One is your alignment, so you're going to copy and paste it right in there, and I will make that red so you see it. And the other is what you're actually doing to teach them that. Okay? Your rationale is where you put, why is this so important? So you're going to go in your text and look back up in those nutrition. Why is it so important for children to learn about eating healthy? This is in chapter 19 and all throughout the book. Then you're going to put all your materials and aids. So if you look up here, it only says that all you need is celery, cream cheese, and raisins, but you're going to need a little more than that. So let's think of what else we might need. You're going to need celery stalks, cream cheese, raisins, plate. And if you read chapter 19, you're going to remember you're going to need a plastic serrated knife to spread. Okay, so you want to include all your materials. Your teaching procedure right here is where you go down and say every single thing you're going to do. So what I would do is start with number 1. Remember, these are not just directions. You're not just telling me how to do it. You're telling me how to teach, how you're going to teach children how to do this. So you're going to include open-ended questions. So you'll say um, things like, what do you think, or what kind of food, oops, what kind of foods do you think may look like a log? Why do you think celery is healthy? You're going to ask these open-ended questions as you're doing it. So you're going to give me exactly what you're going to be doing with the child. The child will use a knife and spread cream cheese on the celery. You're going to tell me how you're going to get the child to do it. You're going to say, here, put the knife in the cream cheese, and then, things like that. Okay, so you're not just telling me directions, you're telling me quotes of what are you going to say. Okay, I don't want just directions, I want what are you going to say. When it comes to considerations of variations in cultures, tell me things like, what would you do if a child didn't speak English? What would you do if a child didn't like cream cheese? What would you do if a child wasn't didn't want to touch the cream cheese or wanted to touch the cream cheese instead of use a knife? So you're going to tell me some different things. And your high quality resources, you're going to cite where you learn that a child needs to learn to show awareness of healthy eating habits. So here you're going to cite milestones of child development, page, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that is how you're going to do your mini lesson plan. Also in under 8 minutes.